Good morning, folks. Welcome to Winter Wonderland. I think it's trying to snow as well, or it could be the fact that the mist is so cold that it feels like it's trying to snow. But yeah, it got down to -8, it said in the van last night, although the weather app said -11 to expect. Very peaceful night's sleep here. We're on our way over to the mountains to look at the epic scenery in the mountains. I'm not sure we're going to see epic scenery today. But hey ho, we'll see what it's like. Maybe make another stop if we get to, there's like a pass through the mountains in like a gorge that's pretty gorgeous. So we'll see how it looks when we get there. This is our first snow, look at it. I actually think that it's more of a mist that's turned into
a freezing mist.
Yeah.
Frist.
So what do you reckon to them roads, eh? Woohoo, yeah baby, love that drive. Again, most of this stuff is just like, just go, see what it looks like, stuff like that. So yeah, well happy that I went around that road. Like I said, everyone seems to do the trans blah 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 pass that comes down the mountains, which, you know, has epic views and everything like that. However, I think there's also something to be said for a lovely gorge to drive through as well, especially when you have to watch the side of the gorge coming out and the roof of the van and everything. So yeah, we shall see what it looks like on the 360. I've not looked yet, so I don't know how close that was. You'll probably have seen it before me. Anyway, time for a bit of lunch. What are we having? Omelette and chips?
Omelette, chips and beans.
Omelette, chips and beans. Perfect. Obviously I'm vlogging, so that means Coop's having a little drink.
Of course.
Have you seen the let me show you the new editions, the new Romanian editions. Look, all the mats, rugs everywhere.
Obviously we're going to take up the
we're
black mats because we're fed up of them by now, so we're going to get rid of them, but yeah, we'll try ourselves.
Coop likes them.
Coop loves lighting on them. I bought this one first, but that's getting dirty way too quick, so I bought a darker one, so that can be someone's gift. But yeah, brilliant. And like £4.50 each.
Bargain.
And I bought 2 from a lady on one of the mountain roads, and she was very, very impressed. She couldn't thank me enough, and I felt like I should go back and buy everything that she had. But yeah, cool. Like them.
Aye.
Just need to get used to taking my shoes off when I come in there.
And at least wiping your feet properly, but yeah, we only have a little space of wiping the feet, and it's been so cold lately, we want to shut the door as fast as possible when we go in. Hey ho. Anyway, more importantly, food.
Food.
Sometimes you just gotta love the simple food. Lovely omelette with beans and wedges. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done my usual thing, and I have started preparing something without telling you guys what I am doing. Now, I'm not making anything special for lunch today. I am making fajita wraps. I'm going to just use normal wraps. We fry up peppers and onions like in a normal fajita. I've got Mexican rice to go in and bulk it out. However, we're running out of fresh food, but we are in a beautiful place, so I don't want to go to the supermarket because we just go spending more money than we need to anyway. So I'm going to see what I can eke out of the cupboards. So I have shredded jackfruit. So my idea with the shredded jackfruit is I've just drained it off. So at the moment I've got 2 little bowls full. So we've got this one here, which I'm going to put this stuff on, Tennessee sweet whiskey glaze, and that's going to go for some pulled pork pizza. And then this, I have just put some plain white flour on, and I started mixing it in when I realised that I hadn't told you anything. So I'm going to mix the flour in, and it will bulk it out a little bit. It'll absorb some of that water, and I'm going to put the fajita mix, half of the mix that I've got for this meal, in with it and coat it. Then I'm going to fry it off, and hopefully, because I've taken the water out and I've added the flour to it, it should make it nice and crispy, which will give it a nice texture in the wrap with all the other bits of stuff that's going in there as well. So I'm not going to show the entire meal because I've made this loads of times before, and everybody knows how to fry off peppers and onions in a pan with some rice. And we have a tortilla. Obviously you have to have cheese on your tortilla, and then just dump that stuff on top. I did have a sneaky try of the jackfruit, and it is crispy, and the flavour from the powder has gone all the way through it. So I bet you could marinate any kind of spices you want in there with a bit of flour, and it'll get all crispy if you fry it in a little bit of oil. Well impressed, because that's changed the texture and everything than it just being like a sloppy jackfruit mix. And a little sneak peek at the barbecue stuff. I mean, look, that is proper crispy. Here it's sizzling away, but it's still soft, so that's going to be really nice. I'm going to probably break that up into smaller pieces and just put it on with some peppers and mushrooms on a pizza. I think that'll be very nice indeed. How are we thinking? You didn't want me to tell you what I was doing this time, did you? Because I was explaining it all. You were just like, just make it for me.
So I've got two issues really, which is the in-depth detail of like everything you're imagining, salivating in your mouth as you're explaining what you're doing. I don't kind of get, especially as the fact that some of the places, was it Baku we were going through before? It's pretty intense traffic in city centres, so wasn't perhaps giving you the most attention about what we're having for lunch.
And rightly so, yes.
But as they say, the proof of the is in the eating.
Proof of the Mondays cook-off is
whatever
in the eating.
It is, because I don't even know yet. It smells nice.
Eat it.
So there's no real chicken in it.
No.
We wouldn't know.
Yeah. Good stuff. I like that.
Tasty.
Right. Okay. Texture good. Cracking. Right, we'll get on with mine then.
Good morning, folks. What a lovely morning it is, and what a lovely little park up next to this river. It's actually only by chance of driving over that bridge there. We're like, that riverbank looks like a good spot, and here we are. So yeah, not too bad at all. Today we're heading towards some mud volcanoes. Should be interesting to try and film that. Maybe a time lapse is in order or something like that. But yeah, we're slowly heading towards the Black Sea. So still in Romania, and loving it so far. It's a very interesting country. So lovely people, very helpful, very polite. Everything you need, you know what I mean? The road network's fine, 4G's fine, phone signal's fine. What more can I say? It's all the things that in the back of your mind you're thinking, when we get to these countries, can we do this? And like buying the satcoms and stuff like that. Oh, in case we've got no way of getting any signal because we're going to all these remote places. Nah. Not found anywhere yet we've not been able to get a signal. Even in that gorge we had a signal. It was minimal. It was just about WhatsApp kind of data, but yeah, it was still a signal. Still everything's working all right. So there we go. So yeah, loving it so far. We've probably got about 12 days I think now before we enter Turkey. Obviously, like I said, we've got our insurance sorted out, so we've got fully comp insurance now through LV, Liverpool Victoria. Cost us overall, we had to buy a year's policy, it's about 400 quid, and then we had to buy the Turkey policy on top of that, so that cost about another, I don't know, 130 quid, so 530 quid to get the van, fully comp insurance everywhere in Turkey. And we are going to spend our full 90 days, full 3 months in Turkey, so we'll be leaving sort of like the beginning of March-ish, thereabouts. Obviously February's a shorter month, so it means that we get a couple of days, a few days into March, and then we have to leave. We don't want to upset them, we do want to go back, no doubt. But yeah, so far being in the Schengen, out of the Schengen, it's just like, you know, it used to be before Brexit really, as far as travelling around. No real issues, no one's bothered us, no one's asked us any questions, no one's hassled us about anything whatsoever. I think the only thing we have to do is we need to get a worming tablet done for Coop before we enter Turkey, so we'll get that done in Bulgaria somewhere. It's 24 hours to 5 days, so before we get into Turkey, so we get that all sorted out. Oh, Coopy! It's basically kind of epic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm making Mr. Murphy's breakfast.
I am.
His lovely concoction of many, many minerals and vitamins, including, what is it, the cider with the mother's vinegar something?
Apple, organic, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother.
Okay, and then there's honey as well.
There is, and then extra virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil. You move
tablet and his glucosamine and chondroitin powder.
Flipping at mates. We don't have to look after the little buddy, don't we?
I love it because it just smells like salad dressing.
Yeah, it smells like you need to go see the chippy actually, with the vinegar. Salt and vinegar chips. Woohoo! Oh, you've done that now, haven't we?
Fish chips and great gravy.
Oh, hang on a minute, I've just got something to say to someone. I know you guys, and this, you'll recognise this dance as well. I know you guys watch our videos, Neil and Emma. What's all this teasing us with donuts and everything? What's that about?
There is no Krispy Kreme donuts over here. No, not that we've found anyway.
If you heard the word karma, you know what it's about, don't you? We'll be back. I'll be back. I've been sent to special schools. That's a different guy, isn't it?
Guy, come on.
Yeah, anyway, stop it. It's not fair.
Oh, you know what the thing is now, though? Now they know they've hit a spot. Not a nerve, because obviously it's funny. Now they know they've hit a spot, they're going to keep poking it.
I'll just hide them.
Pookie, 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 pookie. Oh, what you need to do is find the maple glazed donuts and then show John then, because then you'll really get him.
Yeah. Yeah, then we won't be mates. Right, you ready for your mud volcano?
Yeah, I'd like a brew and get Cooper's breakfast done first, but yes.
Okay then.
Mud volcano will be amazing.
Amazing.
Camping Muddy, here we come.
Ooh. This is a bit quirky, isn't it?
It is so cool, and it doesn't live up to its name so far.
No, it's not muddy at all.
No, it's not muddy at all.
Although he said, "How did you find us parked for night?" I'm like, no, you're on Google Maps, just right next to the mud
volcanoes that we wanted to go and see. So, which apparently
one either side.
Yep, 400 metres that way is the one that he said is the best one.
Oh yeah, that's a small one. There's a bigger one that way, but go see both.
Mm.
But yeah, got food menu, which is in English.
Cool, but I mean, look at the size of that. That's all in English, and they've got, I mean, I'm going to go for the important stuff first. They've got Stella and Peroni and Heineken and Beck's.
Cider as well.
Yes, and I'll go for because is it the Kjuk and Ursus, which are the Romanian lagers, which I really like.
Well, they do wine, soft drinks. Yeah, it's really cool. What did it cost us? About 11 quid a night?
11 quid, yeah.
And that includes hookup.
Mm.
It's not particularly cold right now. If I look on the maps, on the weather app, about 13 to 15 degrees tomorrow and Sunday. About 2 or 3 degrees overnight. So we just thought we'd go and hook up so we can have the heater on. Hot water, that kind of stuff. The showers
are still slightly under construction. They've got a whole new toilet block being built that looks like it's going to be fancy schmancy.
Yeah.
But it's not quite done yet. So John and I could, at the moment now, we could go for a poop at the same time, because there's 2 toilets right next to each other in the bathroom. So we're not.
No.
But it
not
looks
the way
like
we roll.
they're making some really nice changes to it, which is good.
There's some yurts and stuff like that up on the hill up there.
Yeah, that's where he was. He was building the new yurt on the right hand side there. That's where he was when we came in.
The log kind of like barn look for the reception building and that.
Yeah,
where they
and
are,
the restaurant.
And the restaurant and everything.
And there's loads of covered picnic areas and things.
Yeah,
so
it's very nice.
It is quirky. It's lovely. It's not your run of the mill campsite, but it's got everything.
A bit dubious kind of road on the way up here. That's all I'm going to say.
I think it might be the worst road we've driven on yet. But yeah, and in with the 65 lei that it cost us, there's use of a free washing machine as well, which was brilliant.
So we're just after a bit of a walk now. Go find these mud volcanoes.
Oh, aye.
Wind's picked up a little bit. Hopefully you can hear us. But we thought we'll go now because apparently the guy says it gets really busy at the weekend. Well, so close and so far. Even though there was only 2 other people here, apparently we couldn't come in with Coop. So back to the van, put Coop in there, and then walk all the way back up again.
It wasn't hilly or nearly killed me or anything, so it's all right.
Here we go again.
Baby exercise.
Yeah, Coop's back in the van. As you can see, I found it quite windy up there, so got a bit of a better coat on.
You want to be running on menopause, man, honestly.
Back again. Bit more tired than we were before. Been on once now, it's about £1 to get in.
Yeah.
It was like a moonscape up there. Just something that I've never seen anything like it before.
It was rather cool, wasn't it? It was, that's rather cool. It was freezing.
It's pretty cool.
But yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. I actually expected it to be warm for some reason.
Yeah, no steam coming off it, so it wasn't a hot...
Like a hot spring coming up through.
It's just Coop's having a drink, you know. Yeah, so it wasn't hot water coming through or anything like that, and it wasn't like big eruptions or anything.
No, you were gutted. You so wanted, especially when I was stood right near it, I'm sure you were just waiting for one to come and slap me in the face.
So, yeah, very interesting. Something we've not seen before, and a little bit different.
Yeah, and apparently there's a story about it involving dragons and horses, but...
Yeah, didn't read that.
We didn't read them.
No. Anyway... You alright, bud? Yeah?
Are you awake? Are you awake?
Need another
Are
drinkies?
you awake? Yeah? You good boy?
Had to have a drinkies right then? Yeah? Did you?
Just look, his tail's going mad. Oh, he's so lovely boy.
I don't know. So now, bit of editing. And then as we arrived at the campsite, I nearly said website then, got work on the mind. As we arrived at the campsite, I think the guy was so impressed that someone had turned up and is practicing his English as well.
Yes,
Very good. Yeah, he was actually. He said, you eat, we make food for you in our restaurant, you eat. And gave us a tour of the restaurant. Obviously you've seen the food and everything. Not you've seen the food, you've seen the menu.
And he's offered us some a shot each of their local delicacy liqueur thing. I can't remember what it's called now, but yeah. So we're going to have that.
So yeah, so I think bit of work and then go grab some food.
Nice, sounds good.
Ooh, some nice food. The fire's going.
Got laser lights.
Lasers.
And I've got takitora.
Takitora. We've got some traditional sausages.
What are they called? Plioski.
Yeah. And I'm playing it safe with schnitzel.
Cheese crusted schnitzel jam.
Obviously.
Look at those fries.
Very homemade fries, aren't they?
They look amazing. I'm even going to put salt on your dinner.
Oh, thank you. Or as they're calling it, pommes frites.
Pommes frites.
Because Romanians speak French better than better than we can speak Romanian. So we're having conversations in French.
But that lovely chap just said, hasn't he? Goes, do you speak French? It would be easier for me to speak French.
Yeah.
We're like, un peu. So, and he goes, nope, I speak English.
Yeah.
So, brilliant.
All right, come on, let's chow down. So what do we think about the food then?
What do we think about the food?
Bearing in mind we both offered off the traditional menu. So
Mine was it was a massive portion. So
not takeaway.
literally no qualms at all. He goes,
No.
oh, you've left some, I get your box. And then goes and gets me, it's like, yeah. But it's things like these, like pickled salad. I love anything pickled. So, yes, that's just for me later. I'm just going to stink the place out with vinegar and pickledness.
And garlic.
And garlic. Can you smell it already?
Yeah.
That was the, what was it called, this thing? It was Tokitora.
There
Was
you go.
my stew, and it was amazing with polenta and fried eggs. I like
It
that.
looked all right. My schnitzel and fries was all right.
Oh, your schnitzel looked amazing.
My pommes frites. C'est bon.
They were très bon.
Très bon. Oui.
Oui.
They're speaking French to us, which is the second time in Romania that people have spoken French. So I'm guessing that they've learnt French as a second language.
Yeah, Toad's going to Google the heck out of that when we get
Yeah.
back to the van. So, yeah.
Fortunately, we know as little French as possible to get by in France. But
See, if they didn't speak English, then we'd understand enough French to get by.
Yeah.
Because we understand it spoken to us a lot better than we can actually speak it. So, yeah, we'd get by with that. But even though this guy, I know it's quite rude really to say this, but how old do you think he is?
at least 55, 60.
Late 50s, early 60s, something like that. His English, even though he forgets the odd word, bless him, and he apologises every time, it's amazing.
Yeah, and he speaks into French, so it's English French as well.
And so that because we understand French, it's kind of like just takes a second longer, and we get it. And he is an amazing host. So.
And let's just point out jaunty windows as well.
The windows, look at them. To the windows, to the walls, to the sweat drips off my
Walls. But yeah, he's built this place, owned it for about 6 years, and he's built it along with the yurts, they call them bungalows, and he's putting some of those hobbit houses in.
Yep, he said he put some hobbit houses. He's got a massive
Big
piece
plot,
of land here that goes all the way up to the volcanoes at the top where we walked through.
Yeah.
And he's going to put hobbit houses in, and his 10-year plan, bearing in mind he's been here for 6 years already, is to have tennis court, swimming pool, basketball courts, like an all-purpose court and a swimming pool. And the bathrooms that we saw under construction before look amazing.
Yeah, he's putting a good deal of effort into it.
Yeah, this is going to be a very good site once it's sorted. And if the host is anything to go by, and the chef, because she came in and she was talking to us about the food and everything, and it was perfect and everything was freshly made. So, yeah.
So that's the name of the campsite in Romanian. On Google Maps, it's called Camping Muddy because it's near the volcano muds.
And if you want to go and have a look at it, there you go.
Muddy land.
Muddy land, and there's a picture of the volcanoes. And I have had the contents of this, which is cantinata, which is, I'm going to have to move my plate again. It is a sea buckthorn liqueur, and sea buckthorn, I've already heard of this already because it cures everything that ails you. It's a proper medicinal herb, I suppose.
Obviously, as
plant,
an alcoholic
whatever.
drink, it helps more.
As you say, and they mix it with a liqueur, so you can drink it, but they do sea buckthorn jam and all sorts of things. It's amazing, so I'm going to buy some of that, and I'm going to share it with everybody we meet along the way. Hey,
See
don't
what
try
else
this
thinks.
quirky drink, it blew my head off. That wasn't the road we were expecting, was it?
No, I think we need a respray now.
Yeah, I think there might be some vinyl stuck to some trees up there. So John washed the van this morning before we left the campsite. And we've just had to go down that road with all the scratchy trees on. Are you ready? He's not happy. Oh look, oh no.